Good morning, everyone. It's Jennifer, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a story, or not a story time. It was originally going to be a story time video because this is the day that I usually do the story time video, and usually by now I have it recorded and it's already been uploaded and scheduled and so forth. But it's been a hell of a weekend. I have two boys that are sick, and so I didn't get a whole lot done this weekend. Besides that, it was also, we were still celebrating my daughter's birthday. It was part two, kind of, sort of. We just kind of, did cake, ice cream, blah, blah, blah. So we didn't really do a whole lot of anything. So we're going to do a drill with me today. Storytime video will be up tomorrow. I apologize. It's life. Mama life, and yeah. So we are still working on this. I've got drills that don't belong there. Anyway, I am on the very last row, last section. So I'm doing this section. I doubt I'll get it done while doing this today. So y'all can watch me. But the first row is done. You guys, I'll take a picture and post it on Instagram later and on Facebook. So we're just going to start diamond painting, crafting, and you can listen to me run my mouth. Let's see. Bear with me, guys, because it is definitely my Monday here. It's been, yeah, it's not been a good good start to the week. Last week, like I said, was Miranda's birthday, and she got spoiled, not by me, but by her boyfriend. He bought her, she has a thing for Siberian Huskies. And so because she can't have a real one right now, he bought her two stuffed animal Siberian Huskies. And then my best friend's daughter, who happens to also be Miranda's best friend, bought her a K-pop album, and she and some other stuff, and then she got a shirt that my best friend did for her. She does decals and stuff and makes, stuff on clothing, and so she made that for her. I need coffee this morning. So that was basically our, our thing this weekend. Or, yeah. Then, of course, we had no internet. They decided on Thursday, don't ask me why. Power company decided they were doing something with the lines. We didn't even know they were doing anything with them. And I was trying to record my color with me video, which that didn't happen at all last week. So I apologize. That was not my fault. Well, they were doing something with the power lines somewhere around this area. And, well, long story short, the power went out, which in turn caused the internet box to go out. And this went on for like three times. So my whole day, and of course then we still didn't have internet on Friday. Finally got internet back on Saturday. But it was just, it was crazy. It was just the point, like, can you all make anybody's life any more inconvenient? I mean, not because, I mean, yes, I like internet just like everybody else. And I could do without internet? Okay. But when they keep shutting your power off, yeah, that gets annoying. And I got to a point, and of course I need more wax, so bear with me guys, I've got to do more wax in my pen. So I got to a point that I got irritated, and I just said, you know what? Me trying to record the video wasn't gonna, really, it wasn't gonna really happen. So I said, you know what? We'll just we'll just leave it alone, and I'm not gonna worry about it. So those of you that were waiting for a video last week, I do apologize. Or last Thursday and Friday, I do apologize. I had every intentions, but when you got the power company and the doing whatever it is they do. See, the bad part is they didn't even give you they didn't even send out any kind of a notice or anything stating that they were going to do this. They never said a word. Usually they'll send notices out or any kind of, letter, something. And they didn't. And I didn't even know they were doing anything until the my manager of my complex let me know. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? So, because she called me asking me if I had internet. And I told her no. So it was kind of like, and she was like, well, at least I'm not the only one. So it wasn't a very good week last week at all whatsoever. It was just like, it was like, sorry. Not sorry. Um, it was just like, there was just no, if it was one thing, it was the other. And I just wasn't in the mood to be trying to wait to see when and if the internet would come back on. And I just said, well, and then of course I was going to record the videos and just have them ready for this week. But my thing was, okay, now I know there's a lot of us out there, a lot of us creators that do record videos ahead of time. And I've been thinking about doing it, but my thing was, and I'll ask, and you guys can tell me, or you creators can message me later and ask me or tell me, when you're recording videos, especially like, whipping chats, drill with me, whatever, how is it beneficial to record those ahead of time or no? Because I was just going to record, a week's worth of videos and then schedule them and so forth. But I mean, you guys can tell me, because I mean, I don't stay home. I mean, I'm home all day long and I have the time to do that. But then again, it's like, you know, is it worth it for me to do that? I mean, you guys can tell me. You guys let me know your opinion, because I'm kind of trying to decide if that's what I want to do. But then again, in a way, I'm like, I like, getting up every day and recording videos, even though I haven't been doing a very good job this past week. But I do like doing that. So I don't know. It's a decision that I'm making. I mean, you guys can give me your input. It would be greatly appreciated. So then the rest of the week, we just kind of sat around and My daughter, one of the things that my daughter got for her birthday was a video game, and we played that. She and I played that all weekend. And then of course, she went over to a friend's house, and that was basically what we did all weekend, and really didn't do a whole lot. Just kind of, that was basically our weekend. It was kind of one of those blah, dreary weekends. I know, right? So, and then of course, and then Saturday, and well, no, Sunday morning, Skylar was fine, but Justin started feeling raunchy. And at first, I thought he was just doing it just because he just didn't want to go to school. But no. He was complaining that his throat hurt and his head hurt. So he still didn't feel the greatest last night, and I knocked his little butt out. We have a Tylenol with cold, excuse me, Tylenol, I think it's Tylenol Severe Cold in the liquid. I can't remember. But anyway, and one of those, and well, I told him, I said, take it. It's going to knock you out. I said, take it and go to bed. And he didn't want to take it, but he did, and went to bed. And he's still asleep. I mean, it's like, what? I don't even know what time it is. It's like, well, it's only 9 o'clock, so, but usually by now he's at school, so I didn't even send him to school this morning. He just didn't feel good. And of course, we've been having problems. I don't know if he has insomnia or not. I'm not sure what it is now that we know, kind of know why he's staying up all hours of the night. He can't sleep. And he and I were kind of having a little battle last night. And I told him, I said, I don't have a problem with you, being up if you can't sleep. I'm not saying that you can't stay up. But because your brother sleeps in there, you need to, be respectful or have common sense that once he comes in there to go to bed, you need to, be quiet. And he was doing something, and he got really loud. Well, he kind of scared Skylar. Skylar came in my room, and I called Justin into my room, and I asked him, I said, what is going on? And he was like, nothing. Why did he leave? And I said, well, I guess apparently because you were loud. And Justin got mad because I was kind of not getting on him, but kind of like, whatever, lecturing him, I guess. And he's like, well, I don't see what the big deal is. Okay, well, what the big deal is you're 18. Yes, your 10-year-old brother shares a room with you. But when it's time for him to go to bed, be respectful and, be quiet. You can watch TV. You can put your headphones in, listen to your music, something. And, well, he's like, but Mom, I'm having problems sleeping. And at first, I thought, okay, it's because of a simple fact that, he drinks Monsters and NOS all day long. No, that's not it. If he doesn't drink them during the day, this is, he apparently has talked to somebody at school, a nurse, his school nurse, and she's one of these, I guess she used to work at a hospital or something. And she had told him that she sees this a lot, that, a lot of people do get insomnia and that they drink energy drinks just to stay awake. Or, especially if they have insomnia and they can't sleep at night, they drink energy drinks to stay awake during the day or whatever. And I told him, I said, well, you can't do that. I said, because, I said, by the time you get home at 2, 3 o'clock, because he gets home early, you're wired and you don't go to bed. Or no, when he gets home, he takes a nap until 4 or 5 o'clock because, and no, it's not because of his body. And he's going to the doctor because I really, I don't know what else to say about it. And I mean, I've even given him melatonin to try to sleep, and it's not working. And because because Miranda used to be the same way. And I told her, and she told him that she ended up having to just like lay there in her bed to just go to sleep. That was the only, and of course he was like, well, I've tried that. And I told him, I said, well, you can't be up all night long. And if you are, it's going to keep him up. And he's like, well, I'm not doing anything. I'm like, okay. So I don't know what time he went to bed, but he was in bed. And of course, then to top it all off, somebody had nightmares all night long last night, along with him being sick. And I thought, okay, because, he's probably got a fever, and that's probably why. Because I don't know about anybody else, but when I get sick and I have a fever, I have horrible nightmares. Well, that's what I thought. Well, he doesn't even have real high temperature, but it's enough that he's laid out in the living room in a recliner. I wasn't going to do the split screen today. I was just going to like use this camera, yeah, that camera, and just record. But for some reason, it's the camera thing on my laptop wanted to be dumb because he was going to lay in here. But he said, Mommy, I can go out in the living room. I was like, all right, fine, do that. So that's what he's done. But he's just, and I asked him, I said, well, what were the nightmares about? Now, this is somebody that he always watches on YouTube. And I don't, I'm not sure what it was, but obviously it was enough to scare the living daylights out of him to the point that he just, I guess couldn't sleep. I know when he got up this morning to come out into the living room to see me, his poor face and eyes. And I asked him, I said, what's wrong? And of course, he told me he didn't feel good. And I thought, okay, you're just saying this because it's Monday, you don't want to go to school. Which, no, he didn't really feel good. So I said, okay. I said, I'll give you some of this and then you lay down. And then he knows that his Tylenol will make him sleepy. And he's, was scared. And I said, son, there is nothing here that's going to hurt you. I said, Mommy is right here. I'm not going anywhere. And if, something happens and you have a bad dream, Mommy's going to be right there. And He still hasn't laid down yet. But after, I record this, he's going to lay down and try to sleep because I can tell he's tired. And of course, then he turns around and looks at me. "Ugh, I hate being sick." I'm like, okay, why do you hate being sick? Because there's nothing to do. Okay, you can watch TV. Now, mind you, the TV was on behind me. And he, you know, so I don't know. He's just not. And I had plans today to clean. Well, that's not going to happen because when my kids are sick, I don't clean. I'll wait till they're done being sick and then I'll sanitize the whole house. So tomorrow, that's what I'm going to do because they were kind of feeling, I knew something was up on Saturday just by the way that they were, both of them were kind of acting. And so I'm just going to sanitize the whole house tomorrow and hopefully they will hopefully hopefully I can get rid of the germs. um I'm thinking so, but then it's been really one of those kind of blah weeks because there wasn't really a whole lot going on. um Skylar's birthday is this coming weekend, or this coming week. He will be 10 years old. I feel old. Yeah. His birthday is Wednesday, I do believe. Now watch. Now I say that. Yeah. His birthday's Wednesday. So he will get to play. I told him Wednesday that he could play Xbox all day long. As soon as he got home after he did his homework, he could play. And we when Miranda and Justin's when Miranda and Sky because Miranda and Skylar are only a week apart, we usually have a big thing. And we kind of rotated it back and forth. One year, one year it was, or the first year it was Sky's birthday, that we did it on his birthday. We had cake and all that kind of junk. And we just rotated back and forth between the two of them. And that's basically all we did. Let's see. I need to. So this year we did it on Miranda's birthday, which was, this past this past this past week. Nice, guys. I'm trying to find. I didn't even think to put these in order. I just kind of threw them in here. That's 476, which I know it's here. At least I thought it was. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find this color and watch it be the last one that I need, and it not be. So we needed 3. Did I not? There it is. I told you it would be the last one I pull out. I gotta organize that. I just have them kind of thrown in there. I told you, I'm not. I try to be organized, but I'm not. I don't understand it. Don't know. I try, though. And it doesn't always work that way. It really doesn't. So, yeah, it's just been a quiet weekend and basically just taking care of sick kids. And we did have an issue with a tenant in the building because, as you all know, Miranda's boyfriend works out here. And, well, I'm not quite sure what happened, but anyway, she decided it was her mother. And even though he wasn't even, he's saying something at the same time that she knocked on her door. Well, he said something about something else or something, and she thought it was meant for him or for her. Well, she flipped out. And in the meantime, she knows who I am, and she knows, in the meantime, she called me names. And I'm just like, really? Why? My thing is, why do people have to be rude? We're minding our own business. Why do people have to be rude? So I'm I don't usually complain and I don't usually like, report anybody, but he told me he was. I was like, okay, it's on you. I said, if she needs to talk to me, if, a manager needs to talk to me, she knows where I'm at. But I thought it was just kind of rude that, but what do I know? Just my opinion, I guess. And it just shows you, how people can be petty. And I hate to say this because I'm not one of these people, but she's one of these ones that she thinks her stuff don't stink. And granted, okay, I live in Section 8 housing because it's all I can afford. I'm a single mom. It's all I can afford. But we don't live like some of these people out here. My kids know better. And my kids, and I stay to myself. I don't do nothing. I don't bother nobody. But when you got people like that act like they are better than you, but they live out here. Granted, yes, I would love not to live here. Trust me, I would. If I had it my way, I'd live in a house or something. But, I can't afford that. But it's just people make me laugh because, and people wonder why I stay to myself half the time because it's people like that. So I just don't understand how people can be, you know, like that to other people. But what do I know? What do I know? And then, of course, and then let's see what else has been going on. Oh, and job. Skylar's dad called on Miranda's birthday. And I guess He thinks that I'm supposed to stop what I'm doing and just bow down and answer every single question. And I've been kind of fighting back and forth with him on this. And he acts like I need to tell him everything. Now, mind you, okay, I'll tell you what's going on. If I tell you 3 times that I can't talk because I'm spending the day with my daughter because it's her birthday, I can't talk. This is not the time to call me and ask me about your son because he's at school. Well, he doesn't get that. Well, then he got mad at me because I wasn't answering his question. Not only that, I was getting a little irritated with him. And he and I have already had a come to Jesus meeting. And I think we're going to end up having another one because I'm just, I'm not doing it. I refuse. You weren't there when I gave birth. You weren't there for the first, however many years of his life. Let's see, 6 years of his life. Why start now? Why are you going to act like, you have to know every damn thing? It just, I don't understand. I really don't. I get it. He's his dad. But, and I've tried, to explain to him that he can't be like he is to me because I don't put up with it. Well, he doesn't listen. So I think I'm going to have another little conversation because he's not. He just, I don't know. I'm trying to describe, it just does, it makes no sense because I don't know how to describe this, just the way he acted on the phone on Wednesday because it's, and I'm getting fed up with it because it's very annoying. And I'm sick of it. And I mean, I know for a fact, I mean, he didn't do this with, um, he didn't do this with his ex. I know, because she's told me. So I don't know what his issue is, but we're going to find out. Because I'm not doing the dumb stuff. Ain't happening. He can forget that. Because it's just not going to happen. So let's see. You know what? This is going to be one of the shortest drill with me's I've had all week. Because there wasn't a whole lot going on. So, sorry guys. Hopefully next week will be longer. So I hope everyone has a great week and thank you for watching. And I'm sorry this is short. This is weird. It's only 35 minutes long. So until next time, have a great week, guys.